Welcome to the California Kindergarten Conference Pre-Conference Institute. In this video clip, you are going to see some of the marvelous, wonderful workshops that we have at our Pre-Conference Institute on the weekend of Martin Luther King annually in Santa Clara, California. I'm a kindergarten teacher in Mission Viejo, California. I am also the president of California Kindergarten Association. And I want to welcome you now to your session on storytelling. Well, I'm going to demonstrate to you a story. And right now I'm going to be demonstrating the difference between storytelling oral tradition and story reading. I am not here to say that storytelling is better than story reading. I use both in my classroom interchangeably all the time. Because our English language learners and our brand new kinder friends who have not had a lot of experience in life need to see pictures. And because the illustrations are so delicious, they need to see the pictures. And the pictures help them to form that vocabulary of what they need to know to understand the story and the comprehension. But what I want you to do afterwards, after the story is done, when I read just a little bit and then close the book and tell, we will have a little discussion about the differences between storytelling versus story reading. And that way you will have a demonstration. How many of you have seen an oral tradition storyteller perform before? Great. How many of you have a grandma or grandpa or someone in your family who is the greatest storyteller ever? Okay. And maybe you've seen a minister, a college professor. And the way that you learned was because they were powerful storytellers, and it stayed with you. Well, now, an African tale, a story, retold by Verna Ardima. I'm just going to read one page, and then I'll close the book, and we will see the difference between the two. Once, oh my small children, around my knee, there were no stories told upon the earth. All the stories belonged to Naimi, the sky god. He kept those stories in a golden box next to his royal stool. Anansi, the Spider-Man, he wanted to go up to sky god to get the stories and bring them back to the earth. So Anansi wove his web all the way up to the sky. And then he climbed that web until he was there in front of Naimi, the sky god. And when Naimi saw the little man, he laughed, wait. Little man, why do you come in front of me today? Why are you here? I have come to get your stories, to bring them back to the earth. The children have requested them. Well, there's a price to pay for these stories. You have to bring me Osibo, the leopard with the terrible teeth, Momboro, the hornet that stings like fire, and Moesha, the fairy that comes dancing, dancing, dancing.